Have you been watching clips and videos from the Eras Tour or another stadium concert and wondered how you could film high-quality, memorable moments for yourself? Well, here are some of my top tips for filming a stadium concert. I already shared a video with a lot of my top tips for going to the Eras Tour in general, but these are some tips I wanted to add for filming specifically. By the way, hi! My name is Bekah, and welcome back to my channel where I share bite-sized reviews, recipes, and recommendations to help make healthy living a little bit easier. And lately, I've been sharing more Taylor Swift content because last month I got to go to the Eras Tour, so if you're interested in that, then stick around. Speaking of, let's get to the tips. My first tip is, don't just film what's happening on stage, turn the camera around and get clips of you and your friends enjoying the concert. And that's especially clips of your reactions to things happening if you can catch them. And of you singing and screaming and just having the time of your life.
This whole town, I haven't seen it in a while since she brought you down.
I've come across some recommendations to not sing or scream while you're filming. And of course you want to get footage like that where you are restraining yourself so that you can hear Taylor Swift and the full vocals and everything that's going on. But having said that, some of my favorite captures from me, my friends, and just scrolling through social media are the ones of people singing their hearts out and screaming at the top of their lungs.
I don't want to keep secrets just to keep you and I
think filming yourself is such a special and personal moment to capture, especially because, you know, a lot of people will be filming what's happening on stage, and of course they won't have your perspective, they won't have your voice behind the camera if you are singing during the clip, but probably not a lot of people will also be filming you. You're the only one who's going to be capturing like your own experience of that moment, so I think it's cool to get both. My next tip is to play around with the exposure on your phone. I've also seen tips on social media to turn the exposure way down, and I think that works really well, especially if you're trying to get close-up, high-quality shots of Taylor Swift, the screen, and the stage. I cannot confirm this because I myself have not been that close to the stage, but I imagine it works particularly well if you're on the floor or in an area pretty close to the stage. But again, I would say don't do it all the time, especially if you're seated further back in the stadium and you have a really nice view of the stage, the whole stadium, and the sky. I was able to get some really beautiful clips, especially during the Lover era, because we had the most spectacular sunset, and the sky as it got darker going into Fearless and then the Evermore era was just... And then once night had fallen, the stadium was so sparkly. It's so cool to be able to capture that, and if you turn the exposure way down on your phone, then you'll just lose a lot of that color and brilliance. So again, just play around with that exposure and try multiple different levels. Finally, my last tip is to film both horizontal and vertical clips. If you're capturing videos that you want to share on social media, then of course you may want more vertical clips, unless you're putting together long-form content for a platform like YouTube where you'll want landscape. But I would say filming in both orientations is really nice, even if it's solely for your own personal memories, because both ways capture things quite differently. It can be a bit of a pain to constantly have to flip your phone, but I would say it's well worth it. So basically, my overall message in all of these tips is just to mix up the way you're capturing content. Variety is good, and even if your video is super shaky because you're crying and emotional over the insane opening montage or any other number of moments in this show, and a lot of my clips are like that, those captures are still going to be so special and meaningful. I'll also just reiterate what I said in my top tips for going to the Eras Tour video, which is don't stress too much about capturing content. If you have a friend that you're going to the concert with, you could try tag teaming filming with them. So if you notice them filming the same moment that you are, you could either take a break or switch up the orientation of your phone to get a different perspective of that same moment. And then you guys can always pull your videos in a shared album later. It's impossible to capture every moment, and just as impossible to predict when those really special, meaningful moments will happen that maybe you would have wanted to capture. I think that's one of the really cool things about social media that I'm really grateful for, that we can experience things like the Eras Tour through so many different people's perspectives and phone lenses. And so if there was a moment in your concert that you weren't able to capture, chances are one of the other 69,999 other people there did, or maybe it will just live on in your memory, and that's cool too. Plus, we can also experience all of the other tours that we're not able to go to, or like all of them if you're not able to get to any, and like how cool is that? Because even though I wasn't there in person for, you know, all of her surprise songs, I can still watch all of them on a live stream or, you know, after the fact on social media and still, you know, feel the magic of that moment. So just try not to stress too much about it, which of course is much easier said than done, but maybe reminding yourself of some of those things can hopefully help. All in all, film what you can, enjoy the show, and then enjoy the clips that you did film of it later so that the show can like live on indefinitely for you forever. Those are my top tips for filming a stadium concert. I really hope they help. Let me know if you have any tips to add in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it from me, then give this one a like, and I really hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Okay, I think we're good.